If you could talk to young Zac, Little League Zac, Bishop Eustace Prep Zac, and tell him about his life looking ahead, what would you say to him?
Uh, it turns out to be a pretty fun ride, really. I think just keep doing what you're doing, keep working at it, and everything kind of happens for a reason, really. I kind of always have had a chip on my shoulder, even going back to Little League, high school. I remember my grandpa would always ask me, like, "What are you going to do if baseball doesn't work out?" And baseball was always Plan A, and it was the only plan.
You didn't think of anything else?
No, like I was like, if baseball doesn't work out, we'll figure it out when we get there.
Okay.
But I was all in. Chips were in the middle of the table. So yeah, if I had to talk to young Zac, it all works out, and you end up where you're supposed to be.
I like that mentality because that leads me to my next question. North Carolina guy, that's that Jordan mentality, I think. But we do notice your shoe collection. Does anything other than the swoosh or Jordan brand touch your feet? And when did that passion for footwear start?
That's actually funny. There's been some shoes that have come out for other brands that I like a lot, but I have trouble putting them on my feet.
Why is that?
I don't know. I'm very loyal, especially to the Jordan stuff.
Yeah.
I'm loyal in that sense. So I'd say 97% of my collection is Jordan stuff. As a pitcher, you're not really a big swag guy, like personality. So for the cleats, that's the one way to kind of put your personality on the field. So I think it's fun. And I've always admired the Jordan stuff.
Absolutely. You and Merrill have some pretty solid collections. I saw Merrill with the book ones too.
Yeah, Merrill does a really good job. He definitely dabbles more in the book ones, the Nike stuff. Merrill's always got something good. And Sneaky Contender, Naylor's got like
We've seen it.
900 pairs of cleats that he's got.
What about a sequence purple jacket? Because we've seen Naylor rock that. Are we going to see you rock that, Zac?
I will say purple is my favorite color, but
Okay.
I think the sequence is a little outside my depth, so probably not for me. But I tend to, like I said, express the personality with shoes. Everything else is pretty reserved.